By the time you'll find out which diet is the best for you, you'll die of old age. It's amazing how much diversity there is in opinions as far as what to eat and what not to eat. Some say plant-based, others say carnivore only, some say do a mixture, others say a mixture is not good, others say grass-fed beef, others say 100% grass-fed beef, others say, well, 100% grass-fed beef is not good, you need to do no beef. It's like, you're not gonna figure it out because it's supposed to be that way. There is no solution on this earth for eternal life. No matter what you do, no matter what you eat, you're gonna get sick and you're gonna die. Because that's life. That's our curse. Sure, you can do better than others, but at the end of the day, if you get so consumed with it, and we do take care of our health, Stephen and I, we educate ourselves of the different herbs and the different nutrients and the prebiotic and the microbiome and all of these things. But even then, well, yeah, other people say, well, you need a lot of prebiotic, fermented cabbage, and others say, no, those things are not really good for you because this and this and that. You need to eat more beef. Others say, well, beef is not good for you. You need to eat. So, yeah, you're not going to figure it out. And that's fine. Because the ways of the flesh is death anyway. It doesn't really matter. Eat healthy. As much as you can, eat healthy, whatever that is. I'm not going to define it for you. You figure it out. Go to your geniuses and your doctors and whatever. Figure out who do you subscribe to. But the spirit is different than the flesh. Because unlike the flesh that always leads to its death, in the spirit there is a way, there is one way that leads to life. In the flesh there is no way that leads to life. No matter what you eat, you're still gonna die and get sick. Like I said, you can eat all the right thing and die of pneumonia. What did you do? Nothing. Do all the right exercises and die of an instant heart stoppage, heart failure. Happens all the time. People that are in top shape. No warnings, no previous conditions, nothing. Just poop, they're gone. I know personally of at least 2 people that died that way. Some distant relatives of mine, perfectly healthy. One day they're here doing all kind of stuff, the next day they're just dead. Gone to sleep, don't wake up, walking, and all of a sudden, they drop dead. So why be so consumed with the things that don't last? Why not focus all of that time and mental energy into the only thing that does last, your soul? And with that, choose the path that leads to life. There's only one, because there's a lot of things you can do for your spirit. Yeah, don't you go around and say you're spiritual. Oh, the women love that one. Oh, I'm so spiritual. Yeah, you're like Casper the ghost. The devils are spiritual, demons, fallen angels are spiritual. All of that mysticism and higher power and karma, it's all spiritual, but that's not gonna save you. Because all of these things, really at the bottom of them, are all linked to the flesh. Think about it. People that look into astrology, meditation in those Buddhist temples, it's all about the flesh, really. It's how do you make peace with your flesh. It has nothing to do with God or with the life to come. It's all about the now. Higher power, karma, it's about your life here and now. Oh, sure, the Hindus talk about you're gonna die and come back as a cockroach, or you're gonna die and come back as a whatever, but Where does that all come from? And what is the definition of doing good? It all comes back to a creator. There has to be a creator. One creator that created us in his image to create, which is why we are creators. So other way you fold it around, if you actually have your eyes open and you seek to have your eyes open, you will see there is just one God, one creator. It's not about a religion, it's about the creator. He created all people from all religions, whether you acknowledge him or not. And he is spirit, the spirit of God, hovered over the waters. The spirit of God entered the nostrils of the first man, Adam. The spirit of Elohim. So to be truly spiritual is to return to your source, to the one who made you, who is spirit, and to live according to his ways. Now, we do have thousands of denominations and sects and two main religions that worship this creator, Judaism and Christianity, and that's a whole rabbit hole going down. But at the end of the day, the Lord does not belong to any religion or sect or denomination. He is the creator of heaven and earth and mankind. And he made a way, the way of righteousness, which is based on trust in him and doing what he says, obedience to him. If you trust, you obey. Simple as that. And if you have a heart for him, you will want to obey. And that is how you invest in your spirit. That is all the spiritual help advice you really need. Which is why it's the greatest commandment given to the people of Israel, who were chosen to represent him amongst all the nations. It's not a religion for the Israeli people. They were chosen to represent him to all the nations. Nations, not religions. Religions are systems of belief. Nations are genealogies, families, tribes. So he told them, "Hear, O Israel, Adonai, your God. Adonai is one. And you shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your strength." That is the greatest commandment. You do that, everything else will follow, because it all hangs on that. If you love him, you will follow him wherever he goes. You will do whatever he says. So you don't have to worry about anything else. Your heart will be with him. And that is the way that leads to life. Yeshua didn't come to start Christianity and create a chasm between the people of the covenant and the Gentiles. No, it's the opposite. He came to bridge. He came to bring the Gentiles into the covenant, into Israel, just like the mixed multitude in the Exodus of Moses. A large mixed multitude was grafted in. They left Egypt with Israel. They were not Israel, but they too got to leave Egypt and walk with Israel. And when they entered the land, it says in the Torah that the same law, the same Torah applies to the foreigners and the Israelites. And he told the Israelites to love the foreigners as themselves. Make no distinction between a foreigner and an Israelite, even though they were not Israelites, they were foreigners. Yeshua fulfilled that. Christians are merely grafted into Israel. You're not Israel, but you become a part of that covenant of life to be where the Lord is, within his blessings, to obey his rulings and attain eternal life. Because the wages of sin is death. Death is not natural. Death was never a part of the plan. It's unnatural. Why would you die? The Lord is life. He is life eternal. Why would you die? Why would the Lord create something to die? That wouldn't make sense. He wants something to be with him. But the wages of sin is death, and sin is to go astray, to miss the mark, to not obey his instructions. You live outside of the framework that he made for you. to live according to the ways of His Spirit. And the ways of His Spirit is selfless love. That's who He is. That's His very likeness, His very character. To lay down your life for a friend. No greater love than this. That is what Yeshua came to do. He came to lay down His life for us. The ways of the Spirit. The flesh would have protected itself, but not the Spirit. So there is one way to save your spirit, but there are no ways to save your flesh. So don't spend so much time on trying to figure out the right diet for you and how to lose a few extra pounds. Who cares? Vanity. You're gonna die anyway. What difference does it make? Focus on your soul. That you shall love the Lord your God. That you shall grow and you shall become more like Him every single day. To pursue righteousness and holiness and goodness and justice. Purify your thoughts, your mind. Think good, think clean. Purge your heart from evil thoughts and the lust of the flesh. That's the diet that you should be on. And that's the diet that will truly give you life. So take it to heart. You do not need another doctor. You've already got your medicine. Just take it.